a process of discovery and theorising. And what I'm going to do is just take you to our findings. And they centre around the effect of vitamin C on neutrophil function. So these are the cells that engulf and kill bacteria. And if you remember back to that X-ray of the person with pneumonia, then this is what's happening. So this is a microscope view of the lung. So this is a normal lung here, which has got nice big air space, which is what you need when you take a deep breath. When you get an infection, so this is after 8 hours, you see that those air spaces getting filled up. Well, what's filling those up are these white cells, the neutrophils. And after 2 days, the air space is full. So that whiteness that you saw on that X-ray is this. It's full of all these neutrophils. Now, what we need for recovery of that is these we've got to get rid of these cells. They might have killed off the bacteria, but we now have to get rid of the neutrophil. And how does that happen in our body? So we need to get back from there to there in order to restore good lung function. And we need to do it in a way that doesn't destroy the lung along the way. Now, I said these cells are really good at causing tissue injury, and they're really good at killing bacteria, and they are loaded with proteases and enzymes that can cause havoc if they end up in your body. So we have this whole mechanism of containment of the system, and that needs to work in order to get from here to here. So what we need after the inflammation is an effective cleanup, and it's in this aspect that we're interested in vitamin C. Now, normally, this is what happens to dying neutrophils. So at the end of that infection, when they undergo a kind of a cell, what we call a cell suicide or apoptosis. And you see here in this cartoon, this is a normal neutrophil, and here it is on the way to cell death. And you can see it's kind of wrinkly outside and all of these little vesicles, and you see these green signals on the cell. Well, these are sending out a message to another cell called a macrophage, and they're saying to that macrophage, come eat me. And so the macrophage is the cleanup cell. It comes into that inflammatory site after the wave of neutrophils, and they clean up. And so here's a picture here of an actual neutrophil, and here you can see the electron micrograph of it underway in that process, and you can see all of that blebbing. Now, we've spent a bit of time looking at this, and we've been able to use one of our very cool new toys, which is a time-lapse microscope. And so I've been making some movies of that process in action, and hopefully this will play, and I can show them to you now. So what you see here, I'll use the mouse to point. This is a mixture of neutrophils. These are normal neutrophils, and they all contain vitamin C. And they've just been left in a dish, and they're going to undergo that cell death process. And I'll point them out as they start to ruffle and bleb. You'll see them. This short video covers a period of about 5 hours. So, you know, it's time lapse. So we see it here. Here goes the first one, there. I think this one's next, there. There's another one down here there he goes. See him go? There's another one here. I think that one, or this one up here is going to go next. That one's gone. There he goes. So one at a time. There's one just coming into frame. There he is. So you can see they're normally moving around. They undergo the cell death, and then they stop moving. So, and they do it. You know, they're on a program towards doing this. And those cells at the end of that process, or during that process, they're supposed to be sending these signals to the macrophage. Now, from these same preparations, we've also got a preparation of macrophages. And so what I've done is I've taken those dying neutrophils and I've added them to this plate here. And these cells that you see here, these are macrophages. They're all stuck on the bottom. I want you to concentrate on this guy here. He's amazing. So I'm going to show you what happens when we put these dying neutrophils onto this cell, and remembering that diagram, what you're going to see is you're going to see the cell eating the cells in the vicinity. And so there he goes, you watch him go. So you can see inside the cell, you can actually see the shape of the cells it's taking up. So they're mostly kind of ghostly, the dying cells, but he's hunting and looking for, you'll see him pick up, cells from this vicinity here. So, and then he goes off and hunts up in this direction for a while. And you can see other cells around doing very similar things. So this process starts up as soon as we add those dying neutrophils to that mixture. They're amazing. I think I sat there for about 4 hours looking at it.